that these guys look at. So it's broader, right? It's larger than UX. UX is all about user satisfaction. It's all about user need. It's all about user problem. Why? Right? Why user interface is all about the interface, right? About the visual look. Is this thing looking fine? Is the button visible? Are they in the right position? Is the hierarchy all right? Is the shadow not overwhelming, right? But when it comes to product design, product designers, they think more about the entirety of the products that we are building. So if you are building a dating application, a product designer come up with the user flow, come up with the user research, come up with everything that a user experience designer would do. The person come up with it, come up with the UI, the person also come up with the code, the person also come up with the project management. Now, in reality, where we are here in Nigeria and some African country, it's not necessary for a product manager to code, right? Because all of these things, we have people that are specified, that are actually, into them very well. Yeah. So a product manager, to me, right, and to from my experience working with product, does not necessarily need to know how to code, but should understand it, right? Because when I design a particular landing page, it is static, right? So I hand it over to a developer and ensure that each of these things are properly done, just like the a static design and expect the design to come out well. You monitor exactly the way the interface is looking on your Figma page is the way the developer is coming up with it. So you are guiding the developer. You're ensuring that things are properly done, right? You're also, a product manager is also project manager, right? Project manager of the products. This does not mean that this person is also going to play in that capacity, but it's more like a leadership role where you ensure that everything, right, everything in this particular product is done well, both the product and project management, the coding aspect, the experience aspect, the interface aspect. Like you are into it, you are monitoring it, you're not just giving it out or leaving it, right? You are into all of these things and you have basic understanding of all of these things. So that is the difference between UI, UX, and product product designer. There's this one also called product management, but that's not the scope of this particular class. So I want to be sure that you guys understand what I've been saying. If you do understand, just drop it in the chat section that, yeah, I understand, no, I don't understand, so that I can actually repeat myself. All right, so a lot of people said they understand. Now let me hear from people. Sorry guys, like I don't know how we're going to have this, like I'm unable to, So T said she can talk very much. Can we have Ibironke? Ibironke, hi, what's up? How are you?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Your DP is looking so beautiful. Yeah, tell me, what have you learned from the different dialects or from the explanation I've made so far?
Okay, so one, I just joined, but from my experience working as a test engineer, I understand the differences between these two. For one person does thorough research to bring in a great experience for customers, right? That's the UX, that's the user experience. And the other person, I don't know, maybe that's product design. I don't know, but I mixed it up. But I know one other person, make sure that they design the UI design, the floors, the alignments are properly implemented or designed. Yeah, basically.
All right, great. Can we have another person explain what I've said so far?
Okay. From what you explained so far, you said, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. You said the user interface focuses on the design, on the visual aspects. So like
Yeah.
the UI designer and the UX designer, they all want satisfaction from the customer, but the UI part focuses on the design, on the visual, on what the customers see. Why the UX part, they conduct research, they focus on what they actually like really want, they conduct research and everything. Why the product designer does everything together, UI, UX, coding, and make sure everything is like in place.
All right, that's good. Thank you so much. So I want someone to talk about product design because that's where a lot of people usually have issue. So can we have Iburuke just finished talking now. Adiola Delakun. Hi, Adiola Delakun. Can you hear us?
Hi, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so
I
can you please
came
explain
into some minutes ago, but I think I will just use my knowledge of what I know about product design. I think product design is basically making a product. It could be a mobile, maybe a mobile app or a the interface of a website. So I think the people that are involved in product design are the UI UX designer, the people that code, maybe like a front-end developer, a back-end developer, and all. So I think those are the people that are involved in the design of a product. So that's what I know from product design.
Okay, so were you here when I gave explanation of what product design really is? Not product development.
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Who wants to help her out, please? Who wants to help her out, please? All right, sorry guys, I'm trying to work on some things here, privacy. All right, so who wants to help her out? I want someone to explain what product design really is.
That a product designer is like a well-versed someone that has multiple competencies of design, and they are well-versed with describing in details the different journey roadmaps of an application.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much. So T said that UI focuses on the interaction between product and user. Why product design encompasses both UI and UX design. And that's true. Product design encompasses both UI, UX, coding, product management. So a product manager will always look at things from the perspective of a user and also from the perspective of the business of the product, right? The person will not just say, okay, this is it, fine, right? But the person is going to think about it in terms of this is the user's problem according to the user experience designer, right? According to all of the research we've done. At the same time, the person is going to think about how will this thing meet the requirements of the market, right? So it's quite complex, but the truth is that it's very, very interesting. So in order for us to, we are done with all of the explanation. So we need to work on the design itself, right? We should show sample of the work that we are doing. So we are going to be working on a real project this afternoon, right? I don't know why I'm unable to share here. I've tried to open my system preference to do the setting, but it's not just coming up. But I'm going to do that after the class. I've not used Zoom on this particular laptop. That's why I'm having that issue. So let me just switch to my Windows so that we can have this section very well. Just give me a while. Give me some time.
If you can see my screen, please say yes.
Yes,
All right.
I can see your screen.
All right, great. So we are going to be working on a small business confidential meeting, and we need to be a bit fast, right? Because we've taken Can somebody in the class please read for us? Hello.
Okay. Many small and medium scale businesses use online platforms to market their products. As a result, many of their customers get to know others for these products we deliver to them. The regular post office for commercial card delivery is quite expensive and takes a lot of time to get to the delivery destination, leaving the customers most times frustrated. Many times, the delivery comes with poor customer service, making the client lose interest purchasing another product, and this result is lost in business. Solution: to design a product that can enable small and medium scale businesses to make delivery to their clients at an affordable price in the fastest and most efficient way to customer satisfaction. Create and submit a storyboard that have all this information defined. What business is your client in? How does this market work? How well known is the brand? What distinctions separate it from others? What do these clients believe in? What separates your clients from their competitors? What products or services? Oh, I can't see the screen again. I can't see your screen again.
Oh, you can see my screen again?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you trying to reshare?
Yeah, I'm trying to share again. Can you see my screen now? Remember to see my screen, please let me know.
Okay, I can't see it yet.
Okay. Can you see it now?
No, not yet.
To my windows, because I don't know why that was not sharing at all. But you guys can see my screen now. Thank you so much, the person that was reading it for us. Let me take it up from here. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so guys, we are working on a small business confidential project brief. It says that many small and medium scale businesses use online platforms to market their products. As a result, many of their customers get to make orders for these products to be delivered, right? So one thing we must understand here is that when it comes to work as a UI UX designer or maybe product designer, whichever one that you are in, you need to understand that every brief that is given to you is confidential, right? So it is important for you to get that. So when a client reach out to you and say, oh, I want to start a project, I want to work on a particular fintech application, this is what I want to do about it, you should understand that it's something that you shouldn't share, even with your husband, if you're married, or even with your parents, right? You shouldn't do that. It's confidential. There are things that you should keep right to yourself. Now, the regular, so when somebody comes to you, when a customer comes to you to share something with you, you need to understand that there are some things that customer would see that is really not necessarily something that is unique, right? So for example, if I'm discussing about if I'm discussing about a product, or if a client is discussing about a product, it is possible for the client to say, oh, I have this great idea, and this is what it's about. Is this about a lot of things? The person starts saying a lot of things. out of everything that they're saying, there's some things that they would say that is actually something that is like valid. It's something that we know that happened. For example, if I say I want to move from my house to maybe a mall at the junction of my street, what am I going to do? All I need to do is either I trek there, take a bike there, or use a motor, right? So the means of transportation can be those three things. Then maybe if you have a jet, you can move that as well, right? But we already know that, okay, for you to actually move from one place to another, that means that you need to like, it requires movement. It requires you to use your leg, or maybe you take a bike or you take a motor, right? So that's a fact. So when somebody is discussing with you, there's some things that the person is saying that you know that, okay, this is how this thing goes. So it's really not a new idea that you need to like focus on. That does not mean that that information is not important in that conversation. The conversation, that statement is just to help you to understand that, okay, this is where this person is driving to, right? It's a fact. So it's not like a new idea, and you shouldn't start building your application on that because it's something that is existing. So the next thing is the regular post office or commercial car delivery is quite expensive and takes a lot of time to get to the delivery destination, leaving the customer most time frustrated. Many times, the delivery comes with poor customer service, making the customer lose interest, purchasing another product, and this results in loss of business, in loss in business. So the first statement that was mentioned, was stated, is just like a fact that, okay, small business, this is how small business operates, right? We understand that. But in this brief, you see that the real problem started from paragraph 2, when you're talking about, okay, the existing post office, the existing commercial car is actually expensive. They have bad customer service. They don't deliver product the way you're giving to this. This particular problem that we're trying to talk here, I want you to visualize it like a woman that is actually a caterer, right? She is a caterer that bakes cake, or bakers that bake cake. Which of them, guys? Somebody should unmute and tell me that. Is it caterer that bake cake or bakers bake cake? Which one?
I think it's bakers. Why
Okay,
caterers are involved in both food and everything.
Everything. So let's use the word baker, right? So let's assume a baker, right? A baker that's, she made a very beautiful birthday cake for one of our students here. Let's say Maureen, right? Maureen is celebrating her birthday. So this baker actually created or bakes a very beautiful cake. And this caterer observed that in her years of working with commercial cars, she observed that when she gives this guy the cake pack, the cake doesn't get to the Maureen or get to our customer in the perfect way she gave it to them. So is either there is a cut in the cake, or is either there is something is just wrong with the product. It's not exactly the way she presented it to the commercial guy or the commercial driver, or maybe some other delivery guys that are in the industry. That's not the way she actually give the product. So that's a problem to this woman. This woman wants to give a product or a cake to a particular company, and that cake is going to get that customer the right way she actually give it to them, right? So that's a problem. So she usually have the problem of poor customer service. These guys, they shout at her and say, "Hey, what you came late," or whatever it is. Or sometimes they even insult the our customer, right? Why they want to deliver. If you guys have experienced this before, whenever you want to travel from your hometown to maybe your school, maybe you always see that there are some people that usually give drivers maybe some package that, please help me to deliver it to someone in Ibadan, right? The person will be there waiting for you. Have anyone experienced that before? Has anyone experienced that before? Hello? Hello, can you guys hear me? I want to be sure that you guys can hear me.
Yes, I have. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So I have
can hear you. Yes, I have.
All right, cool. I have experienced before. If you cannot chat, if you cannot talk, you can always drop a chat. So I have experienced it before, and most of the time, when you are almost close to maybe Ibadan, right, where you the driver needs to drop the package, you see that the man will start shouting at the person that say, make sure you are there, or make sure you're there, I'm almost to see bad and stuff like that. Yeah. So you only see those kind of things. And that's just the way this baker customer feels. They feel like, see, I would rather bake my cake with someone that is near my house rather than, having it done in Lagos and the driver of this part that wants to deliver the package shouts at me, or the cake is not even in the right position when it gets to me. Yeah, so I want you to picture that kind of person in this particular product that we want to build here. So this is an existing problem, right? And the solution to this problem is for us to actually design a product that can enable small business and medium scale businesses to make delivery to their clients at an affordable price in the fastest and most efficient way to customer satisfaction. Yeah. And for us to actually build that product, we need to what? We need to build a storyboard. But because of the class, because of the scope of this particular class, we are not going to be building a storyboard, but we are going to answer some of the questions that are here, right? Before we now move to designing. I think I'm going to end this class by 6 o'clock, right? So let's see what we can achieve before that time. Now, I'll be asking each member of this class to actually give me answer to these questions that are here. So the first step to actually building a product is you understanding the problem, right? Is you understanding the problem, asking questions from the users. But here, we don't have real users. But you can actually answer all of these questions based on your intuition, right? You research and whatever thing you think you want to use. So what business do you think this client is in, Ibironke? This client, what business do you think the client is in? Ibironke, can you hear us? Damilola, can you hear us? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So Ibironke, what business do you think this client is in?
Hello, sorry, I'm in a meeting. I wasn't here at all. Sorry.
All right, no problem.
Yeah,
Maureen,
I'm at work. Yeah.
Damilola, okay, no problem. Damilola, what business is in?
I'm guessing food delivery.
Okay, so why did you say food delivery?
Because the okay, so the solution is that we should find a way that small and medium scale enterprises will be able to get their products to more faster for our birthday. So I'm guessing it's a food delivery. That's just what it has to be.
So now this question is actually for us designer, right? So your client actually gave you this particular customer brief, right? And you've read through it. And if the client is telling you that, okay, the solution is actually to design a product that enables small and medium scale businesses to make delivery to their client at an affordable price. So the business that our client is in, they're actually into logistics. Does anybody agree with me on that? So we are not talking, now we're having 3 users here now. Sorry that there was a lot of back and forth here. That's why maybe you guys are not getting some things wrong. Now, a client reach out to us and say, hey, Fiwa, you serve on your team. I have a project for you. I observed that in Nigeria, caterers usually have issues with delivery of products, right? So I want to build something that can solve that. So the question here is, what business is my client in? My client is not into the business of food delivery. It's not into the business of food cooking or baking or all of these things. My client is the one that is observing that problem, right? And my client wants to build a solution to that, right? Meanwhile, we are the designer. We want to solve our client's problem, not the baker's direct problem. It's not the baker that is reaching out to us, right? It's a middleman that is reaching out to us on behalf of the problem of the baker, right? So the business our client is in they are into what delivery. Do you guys get that? If you understand what I just said now, just type yes in the chat section so that I can ensure that everyone understand what I'm saying. All right, great. Someone say yes, I have. Yeah, great. So what they are into is what logistic. They are into logistic. Then the next thing is, how does this market work? You want to understand how logistic market work. If this were to be a very long class, right, you are going to go and make research about how logistic company work. But for someone that is in this class, can you just tell me from your own personal experience, what you've read online, what do you think, how do you think logistic company work? How do you think logistic company works? Somebody should answer, please. Just give me answers. It's nothing too much. Damilola, right? Who's coming up? Adiola. Okay,
Okay,
also
so
I.
they're like the middle person between
Okay.
the client and the customer and the business owner. They're like the middle person. So if the business owner, okay, like for instance, we're talking about a baker before. So if a baker has delivery to make for someone in Ibadan, so the logistic person or company is the one that takes the product from the business owner and delivers it to the customer. So they're like the middle person that gets the delivery done.
All right, brilliant. So middleman between business owner and customers. I believe everyone should agree to that. So this is not like a full project. So let's just leave that place and assume it's correct. How well known is this brand? That is our logistic firm that we are working with. How well known do you think they are? Based on the information we've read in this particular brief, do you think they are startup or established company? Let's start with Damilola. Damilola, do you think they are startup or established company? Unmute yourself and answer.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Dami.
Can you hear me? I feel they are startup. They are startups.
Okay, it feels that they are startup. Deborah, what do you think? Do you think they are startup or do you think they are established company? Busayo, do you think they are startup?
I think they're startup.
Okay, Deborah feels that they are startup. Busayo, Ibironke, what do you think? Startup or established company? Ibironke, are you here? Okay, I think she was the one that said she's not here yet. What about Maureen? Maureen, do you think it's a startup or established company?
They startup.
All right, great. So they are actually a startup, right? From the information that I've given to us, we can discern that these guys are actually where they are startup. Correct. So let's move to the next one. What distinction separate it from others? What distinction would separate our customer, that is the client, the logistic company that is reaching out to us as designers? What will separate them from others? So these have to be something that they are going to, tell us by themselves. But an intelligent student is going to observe from this particular brief that there are some certain information that was stated here that will actually make this particular firm or this particular company to be different from any other logistic company. At the start of this class, I said, what is the solution to hunger, right? You guys said food, right? And I also mentioned something that Netflix can actually be a solution, but it cannot be a permanent solution, right? From this information that is given here, you can see that regular post office, right? They are existing. They can solve the problem, but they are not solving that problem well, right? So the question now is, what distinction separates it from other? That is, our present client, the logistic firm, what will distinct them from regular post office and commercial card delivery? Let's have someone from the team say this to us. What do you think about this? A volunteer, somebody should just volunteer and explain.
Okay, I think they would be faster and more efficient.
Yeah, let's
and cheaper.
Yeah, let's start picking that part. So they'll be faster,
more efficient, and more affordable.
Brilliant, affordable.
Another person. Service, like an excellent customer service.
Hey, we can hear you. Sounding low.
I said they would have an excellent customer service.
Brilliant customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction. Another person, please. Perfect condition of their products. Condition of delivered products. right? So these are the things that is going to, distinct our client from any other existing products out there. Now, next thing is, what does your client offer that is unique? Is similar to this, right? So it's not the same thing, right? But I don't have time to explain the difference between distinction and uniqueness in product design. Let's just leave that thing and say we dash you, because this class is a short class, right? So what does your client measure as success? I think okay, let me allow one person to just talk about this. How does your client measure success? How do you think they are going to measure success?
They can measure by having happy customers that are always coming back.
Exactly. Happy customer that are coming back. Intelligent. That's very, very important. Because one of the things that was said here is that what it is actually, it results what loss in business. So the ability for us to actually have more clients, right, and reoccurring clients will actually make us to say that, okay, we have actually built an excellent or a problem solving or a solution based product, guys. Reoccurring customer for our clients, for our business owners, business owners. All right, next thing is, who are your client customers? We have small and medium scale business, right? Small and medium scale business. Small and medium scale business. All right, what does your client believe in? Let's leave this to what's separated from competitors. Let's leave that. Let's jump that all of those information there. So now another question is, what product or service will you deliver as a designer? This question is for designer. As a designer, what product or service will you deliver? So somebody on the team should please answer. What product or service will you deliver? Okay, what do you think the answer would be? What product or service are we designer going to deliver? Okay, so what we are going to be delivering is actually what we call landing page. We're going to be designing their product. Like, that's our major work, right? We're not coming up with mobile application here. We are coming up with a landing page for them, right? A landing page that is going to describe a service and is going to, help a baker to actually see that, okay, this client, this customer, and this particular platform said they can do this way. Okay, I want to trust them, right? So what we are delivering for them is actually what we call landing page. So another thing is, try come up with 3 distinct value. What are the distinct value that you think that this particular client is going to offer or that is going to deliver? They're going to do customer service, good, all of these things that are here, right? These are the things. They just say that these are the things that they're going to, do. Although we have more to that, but let's just assume that those are the things that they're going to deliver. Another issue that I'm facing right here is that window is control C. So I'm trying to look for command on this particular laptop that I'm using. Anyways, so it's fine. So these are the questions, this particular thing that we've done. We're giving us an idea of what we are working on, right? So as designer, the next thing we want to do is for us to sketch, right? But because of the scope of this particular class, we are not going to be doing sketch, right? We're just going to go into designing, right? I want to be sure that everyone understands what I'm saying presently. Do you guys understand? Are you here? Are you lost?
Yes,
We're here. Yeah, we're
Okay.
following.
All right, great. I want to be sure that you guys are actually here and you understand what I'm doing. So based on every of the information that is here, we've talked about, okay, this is a delivery company, this is what they do, this is what makes us different. All of the questions and all of the answers that we're giving to all of these problems will actually be what we are going to be considering that we're going to use to create an amazing product as designers. So after answering all of these things, the next thing for us to do is actually for us to sketch out how this thing is going to look like, right? But we don't have the time to start doing those sketching, right? So for the scope of this class, we just want to go into design, right? So as designers, how do you come up with design? Let me ask people on the team. Adiola, how do you come up with design if you want to make design? What is like the first thing you do?
I feel firstly you have to know like what the aim of your of what you want to design. Like for instance, now we are designing a landing page for a logistics company. So I think the first thing we need to know is probably there are a lot of things that comes to mind actually. It has like color, like the color they use to design. Like there's something called standard in design where it includes the color, the like main color of each company that the company that should come to mind, and also like maybe they are like their core values, like so that
Great. Thank you so much for that. Can we have another person on the team? What do you do when you want to design? Now we have understand the problem, right? What exactly would you do?
Okay, when I want to design, I try to like have an idea of what I want to do specifically in mind, and then I also look at similar apps or similar designs, so that I
Nice.
would so that I would know what exactly.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Oduayo, for that mention. Like you've actually made sense with that point. So as a designer, you don't just jump into design. You want to observe what other people are working on, what they are doing, what is existing in this particular industry, right? Before you even start your own. Because as a designer, I tell my students, see, you are helping your company to actually make more money or eat more gold. If their vision is actually to make impact, you are helping them to do that at the best level, right? And if their vision is actually for them to make more money, is actually you are the one that is actually helping them to actually come up with products that can help them to achieve that stuff. Yeah, so you want to see other things that are existing, and you want to see how you can design better products that users are going to find easy to use. It's going to be accessible, it's going to be usable, right? It's not going to be something that is confusing, right? So right now that I want to design a landing page for our product, we want to look at other things that are existing. So we want to say logistic company, right? Let's see logistic company landing page UI. So this is called mood board, right? You are trying to come up with, okay, what are the things that are existing? How do they look like? So this particular thing caught my attention, right? I don't know if you guys can still see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right. So I love this design, maybe because I love the color that was used. I love the usage of color that's there. I also love the layout that is done here. It makes a lot of sense. So I want to download it. Yeah. To see if, okay, later on I'll be able to, use this product. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to come on to see more design. Okay, this is another landing page, but this landing page is actually talking about their mobile application, and I'm like, it's nice, but I'm not really into the mobile application view right now. I'm just doing a landing page that express what these guys do and how they do their things. So I also love this particular one. I want to save it. So I observe right now that everything I'm trying to come up with now, they are having they are not JPEG, right? So they are what's it called? HTML file. But let's keep going. If you are going to see one that is good. This is also good, but I'm not really into the interface. The interface is not really clean. This is also good as well. I like this aspect where they wrote their about us, they put mapping there. It makes a lot of sense, right? So I'm gonna save that. I'm unable to save it as a HTML document file. So I keep moving. If I'm actually designing this by myself, those ones that are HTML, I just need to use screenshot of my laptop to do that. Yeah. So, but right now I don't have that much time to, do all of those things right now because of our time limit. So let's say that we love this one too. Oh, I'm unable to save this one as well. So most of the designs that are here, they're actually HTML documents. Okay. you have two mood boards. Let's just come up with it. Right? This is just like a sample class. It's really not a full product class, right? So let's just use what we have right now. Okay, guys. So we have this particular design here. We have these two designs here that we felt that, okay, we love the interface, we love the color, it's looking good, like it's inspiring, I love what I'm seeing, right? For this particular design, I want somebody to talk to me about what they love about this design. Although it's not clear, or I believe you can see what I'm sharing, like you can still see what they're trying to pass on here. So somebody should tell me what they love about this design. You want me to call you?
Well,
Okay.
looking at the design, I think I love the clean nature of the design, the judicious use of the white spaces. Even though the information are displayed, but they still made use of the spaces and everything is looking clear.
Yes, and coordinated, well aligned, brilliant. Yeah. Nice one. Next person who wants to say something about this second design. What do you think about the second design here? Just express yourself as a user. Okay, I like this thing here. I don't like this thing here. You understand? Be free. Because if you cannot tell us what is wrong or what is right about a design, then we need to work on it. You must be able to tell, right? And no idea is bad. Anyway, so we have a lot of quiet people in the class, so let's assume that you love the two design. So whenever you come up with certain mood boards, there's some things that you like about this design here that is going to be good for your design. There's some things here that you feel that, okay, this is also good. I like the way they lay out their services. Meanwhile, you might not like the way meanwhile on this particular design here, maybe it's the Eros page or the Eros style that you love, right? So different things you like about it. But when you are using a mood board, you need to be very careful about not replicating exactly what you're seeing, right? So people, when you ask them to go and create a design, because everything about ocean, let's call it, okay, this company name is Mars, right? Everything about Mars is what they're going to create. Nah, that's not how to steal, right? You have to steal wisely. Yeah, you don't copy exactly what you see here. In fact, if you want to do this design in the real world, we are going to have about 10 design or maybe 5 design or maybe 7 design, right? There's going to be a lot of design here where you can pick things from one or two things. Oh, this actually work with the product I'm working. Okay, my users are going to understand this thing this way, right? It's not that you just copy things because, okay, this one is fine, I'm copying it. No, you're also considering based on the research that you've done, the layout that was used here is going to be good for me to actually use it to present to my audience, right? So that's the way you're going to use a mood board. So now when we want to start creating design, the first thing we want to do is for us to come up with frame. For people that have never used Figma before, if you have never used Figma before, say hi, drop it on the chat section so I will know the level of the student I'm working with. If you have never used Figma before, just say hi. If you have used Figma before, don't say anything. So I will know if there is anyone in the class that have not used Figma. Okay, we have. So the logistic company is thinking out of the box and seeking a more efficient service. Thank you, T. T is actually following us, despite the fact that she's in the office. I like your scoping. Anyways, so let's move, guys. This is we have about 2 people that said that they are actually new to UI UX design. This particular project we are working on is an intermediate design. For a beginner student, when it comes to UI UX design, your first month you need to be guided by a mentor in such a way that I will design something and you are going to create exactly what I designed. For an intermediate student, I will give an intermediate student a customer brief. I'll tell the intermediate student to understand it, make user research about it, right? Very simple customer brief actually, right? And the person do it before we now come into designing. But as a beginner student, I need to create, then you need to recreate what I've done. If not, you are not going to get this done very well. So anyway, so let's get to this. For people who have never used Figma before, this particular place here, this is where the toolbar is. Everything that you need to use for your Figma, that you need to use to create your design is usually here. So whenever you click on, maybe you click on frame here, this place that look like X and O or ladder, as the case may be in your own country, is actually what we call frame, right? It is where we design. It is what we use to design. So when I click on frame, you're going to see that there is a change here. I'm going to repeat myself. When I click on frame, you'll see that there's a change here. So the change that is here is actually the property of the frame. So we have different type of frame here. We have the phone, we have the tablet, we have the desktop, we have presentation, and every other thing. If I click on the drop down of phone, you're going to see iPhone 11, iPhone 8, iPhone 8s, iPhone SE, and all Android, every of those sizes. If I click on tablets, you're going to see different iPad screen. If I click on desktop, you're going to see different things that has to do with desktop. So right now we want to use desktop because this screen is actually desktop look, right? So we are going to click on MacBook Pro. So when I click on MacBook Pro, this is my MacBook Pro here, right? So I want to design this. One of the things I told my students when they want to design is your interface. As a designer, your interface is important. So also is your experience. So you, especially in this country that we had, that there is no company that is looking for just UX. They are not much. They might be existing, but they are not really much. We usually have them having it together. They want someone that can do the UX and the UI at the same time, right? So if you are a UI UX designer and you cannot design a clean design, something that is visually appealing, something that the hierarchy was used properly, color was used properly, you need to work on that, right? And sometimes you cannot work on that by yourself. You need to learn, just like every other trade. Remember, maybe when you finish secondary school, there's some of your friends that will say, I don't want to go to university. Maybe you don't have that kind of friend, but me, I have. They don't want to go to university. They want to go and learn a trade. They want to go and learn hairdressing. All they do is to tell their mother, Mama, I want to go and learn hairdressing. And the mother takes them to a particular boss that they feel that, okay, this person have experience and this person can train this young person. After a period of 6 months, you see that the person start improving. In fact, some people can have their freedom by that time. That is how UI UX design is. You cannot learn it in 1 month. Don't let us deceive ourselves. You can't learn it in 1 month. The maximum time or the minimum time you can give this particular trade, this particular design skill is actually 3 months. When you spend 3 months consistently working on projects and someone is actually looking into it for you, you're going to become better, like very, very good at it. So for you to actually achieve a very good interface design, one of the things you need to do is what we call, you need to use the grid system. I know some of you are very good with reading and you have seen a lot of mathematics that have to do with grid. But my dears, it doesn't work like that, right? In the real world, there's not a lot of mathematics in UI UX design. So this is what you need to know about grid that is going to help you, right? You click on this frame here, then you come to layout grid here. Let me repeat myself, especially because of people that are annoyed here at 7:30. It's almost 30 minutes now, we're going to speed up. So you click on this frame here, right? Then you click on layout grid. When you click on layout grid, you're going to see these grids that are here. You observe that this grid, they are too tiny. I left engineering because I don't like mathematics. So why are we doing it here again? So it's not necessary because this grid are just too tiny for the human eyes to work with very well. We want to make it wider. And for us to make it wider, you need to click on these 9 boxes that are here. When you click on these 9 boxes that are here, you can change grid to columns, right? When you change grid to column, you can see a change on your screen, right? The next thing, you want to change the count to 12, right? And you want to change the margin to 100. Somebody will ask me, is this like the specific thing you must always do? Experienced designers they have worked on some certain things that have worked for them, yeah? And for a beginner student, this is the best approach I would advise you. So let's repeat what we've done so far. You click on your frame, right? When you click on your frame, there's a change here. You come to your MacBook Pro, right? When you click on your MacBook Pro, you can see that the design is here. The next thing you want to do, you want to give your frame grid. You click on the frame, you come to layout grid. When you click on layout grid, you're going to see a lot of grids there that you can work with. Then you click on these 9 boxes, change grid to columns, then count to 12, then margin to 100, right? You might not get it right now, but see, I've repeated it 2 times, right? And this class is just to open your eyes to what the industry is about. If you're interested in it, you need to dedicate time to learn very well. Yeah, but I've helped you now. right? All right. So if you get it up to this, they say yes. Before I continue.
I got lost when you were trying to increase the size to 12 because I'm doing what you're doing, but I got lost because I was looking at my screen.
All right. Let's repeat ourselves. Now, everybody, eyes here. You come on frame, click on frame, come to MacBook Pro. Yeah. When you click on MacBook Pro, you want to give grid to this particular frame here. You click on the MacBook Pro, yeah? You come to layout grid. When you click on layout grid, you're going to see different grids here. They are too much, right? So you want to make it bigger to the height, right? The next thing you want to do is come to grid, change it from grid to columns, change change count to 12, right? Then change your margin for 100. And that's it. So I will not be able to repeat myself. So looking at this design here now, you can see that, okay, I like the way this layout is done here. Let me look at this particular place. All right, this place is really not, this is the design. This place is really not bad. All right, so let's think about it. Maybe we should have a picture that is going to be in the image. So we're going to be representing these as the picture. Then in first, we want to write what is going to be in the navigation bar. So let's say that what we want the navigation bar to contain is actually about us. We have about us, right? We have stories. So some designers, when they are designing, maybe they want to write, they've written about us now. They want to write service, right? The next thing is that they want to write maybe pricing, right? Or they want to write contact us. You can see that they are just giving spacing. And it is very, very possible for you to forget the spacing that you're giving. So I usually tell my students to approach each of the elements of their design as if they are individual elements. What does that mean? When you finish writing, can somebody mute yourself, please, so I will not have headache? I still have another class by 8, by 7 till 10. So let's look at this together again, guys. About us, right? I don't know. Let me increase the size so you guys can see. So this is about us. So instead of you giving me space like this, like touching your space bar, like papa, don't do that. All you just need to do is approach them individually. This is the first design here. Control C, Control V, right? Then write your services. Then Control C, Control V. You're going to write the next thing. Let's see, the next thing is pricing. I can't remember one thing right now. So now, let's say that this particular thing is here. Look at the spacing between about us and service is 16, right? You can see that the spacing between about us and this is 16, while the spacing between services and pricing is 8. That's not good because they have to have equal spacing. All you need to do is for you to click on the first one, then press Alt on your system, then place your cursor here to see the size, the space between them, right? Another thing you want to do is click on the pricing here, press Alt on your keyboard and place it here. You can see the spacing like that. So because the spacing between this first point and the second point is 8, you want to make it 16. All you need to do is for you to push it, right? Now we push it. Now, let me repeat myself. How do we check from one point to another? How do we check spacing between that? Because I am so sure that this is where most people have issues with their internet. You click on the first one, then you press Alt on your keyboard, right? Then you place your cursor to the next point so that you can see that. So you can practice that at home. Like I said, this class is not a long one. It's just for you to actually see how things are done. Yeah? So now we have contact us. Let's change this particular text to Montserrat. I'm going to change it to Montserrat. All right. Let me just use another font because I'm not liking what I'm saying. Or maybe because, so I'm using Proxima Nova. Don't worry. I cannot attend to all the questions in this class today, right? Because this is just a small class. So somebody will ask us, I will just be like giving you some issues that you might be facing, and if you're able to catch up, then that's fine. Somebody will have, I always have issues with my size, the size of my text, I don't know the size to use. Is there supposed to be a design system? Most of the companies out there, they don't have a design system for what they're doing. But as designers, at this point, this particular navigation bar, what you need to do, the sizes that is always there usually range from one from a size to another based on the font that you're using, right? So, but it's usually between 16 and 22, right? So you can try a lot of 16, 18, and you're going to be able to get, the font size that you want. So, but always remember that the size that you should not be as big as, something that is going to be too overwhelming to the eyes. So we have Rising, we have size. But you can see that Figma is already giving us the size between them. Yeah. But sometimes if it does not give you like that, you can change it. So this space is going to be having, so we want to give our company a name. Somebody should give it a name. Somebody should think about a name we can give this product. So when you're done with that, let us know that we can, move to another thing. Now, one thing you need to understand about a landing page is that a landing page is a single page, right? That converts a new user into clients or into leads, as marketing guys will call it. So a landing page is a single page, right? And the purpose of that landing page is to convert a new visitor into a customer that will buy. A landing page is a single page whose purpose, or what the purpose of the landing page is actually to convert a visitor to become a user of the product or the customer of the a customer in this particular company. Yeah, so it's only one thing that a landing page does, to change a new visitor to become our customer. So everything you're doing on this page is towards that direction. And that is why a landing page usually have just one call to action. And the call to action on the landing page is usually sometimes get started, sometimes is download now, sometimes subscribe, sometimes join the waiting list. You understand? So these are the call to action. This is everything on this landing page is pointing to that one call to action for the user or for whichever the company have decided that this is what we want them to do on this page. That landing page is communicating and leading the user to that direction. If you are confused, please let me know so that I will not go too fast. If you are confused, let me know. Now you can mute or mute yourself if you are confused about everything I've been saying. Hello. Am I sure I'm in class? Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear.
So is everybody confused about everything I've been saying? Like, is there a point that you're like, I don't understand what this lady is saying anymore? Or you get everything I've been saying?
I don't can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, Damilola.
Yeah, so I get to have a question concerning this.
Okay.
Why we use it? I don't understand. So
Okay,
why?
so we are.
What's the
I've
point
mentioned
of doing?
it for my first statement. I said the grid is to help you to achieve alignment in your products. When I was asking that, what do you like about this landing page? The person said, "Oh, I like the fact that everything is aligned, right?" So instead of you to be struggling as a designer, because I was seeing some people using ruler, they do like this. As a professional, you don't want to be using all of these things. Ruler has its own state or its own usage when it comes to UI UX design, right? But when it comes to like you having a uniformity in the design that you are making, you should use grid system. That is grid, this grid. You see that by the time I finish designing all this grid and all this, by the time I finish designing everything that is here now, the design is going to be looking so nice and appealing to the eyes because I have a guide, right, to make my design. And at the end of the day, you see it's looking all appropriate and well designed. Do you get? So the purpose is just to have a uniform design, an aligned design, and it should be a guidance for what you're doing. You understand? The person that asked that question, do you understand?
Yes.
Hey.
Sorry. I know like no, no, yes.
You can hear me. All right, great. So let's
Yes.
move. Okay, let's move forward. So based on the customer brief that we have written, it seems that this particular design company, they actually want to what? They want to take a lot of time. Okay, they want to do this. Then the solution is to build a product that can help small and medium scale business to make delivery to their clients at an affordable and fast in the fastest and most efficient way to customer satisfaction. So your content guy can actually use this word that is here, that most efficient way your logistic delivery. I don't know if that English is correct, actually. But that might be like the catchy word that is going to be on your heroes page. This section of a design. Now let's go to some people are confused. It's normal for you to be confused, and that's why I said that it is not possible for you to actually learn UI design in one class. Nah, it's not possible. You have to spend at least 2 months. But if you really want to learn it, no. Some people don't need to learn it very well. But if you really want to learn it and you don't want to be going from, because it's also very good for you to understand that if this is what you are really interested in, you need to give time to it, to learn it well. Don't be jumping from one training to another. Pick one that you feel that is going to give you from start to finish training and learn it well. If you do so, you're going to even make money. If money is your inspiration, you're going to make more money than you ever think about. For example,
I'm learning something.
landing
Not
page.
learning. See,
Hello, Ibirunke, your network is we can hear you. Logistic company landing page. Let's just say templates so that you guys will see what I'm doing, and some people will feel we have the understanding of whatever thing we are doing. Logistic company website. I think this is website. 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 So we have, I want to use this one. Let's see what a logistic website looks like. What is Batting, but okay, this is not batting, but let's continue. Let's just continue. All right, this is a design here, right? This is a logistic firm company, right? You can see their landing page, right? So these aspects of the design, the first place that you're seeing is what we call heroes page, right? Followed by every other section. But this is the landing page where a user lands, a visitor land for the first time. Right now, when I jumped on this page, this is the first thing I'm saying, right? This is the whole landing page. This entire page here is the landing page. That's the first thing I'm saying. And it's explaining to me what this company is about. Like I said, we cannot have all of the discussion here today, but this is just to give you a heads up on what you are going for. So as I was saying, you want to write a text here that is going to be very catchy, right? So we decided that we want to use the word most efficient way to customer satisfaction through delivery, or you can actually use whatever word that it is. Normally, as a designer, we are not the one that's supposed to come up with most efficient way to customer satisfaction through delivery. Let's just use that word. I see that word is correct, right? Normally, as designer, we are not the one that's supposed to provide content to our landing page. It's supposed to be a content writer. Some people call them UX writer. That's supposed to provide content for whatever thing we are doing, right? Some company in Nigeria, they have that. Why some company, it is the designer that is going to provide it. But if it is the designer that is going to provide it, there is no need for you to pay attention to the word at first. First of all, work on the layout. Then at the end of the day, come to your content and start paying attention to it, right? Give it the relevant information you need to give it and all of those things. So we want to use most efficient way. So that's the word we want to use for our landing page. I might decide to leave it this way, and I might decide to leave it this way, depending on what I'm doing or what I want to achieve. Some people are going to put it in the middle, right? And they're going to, centralize this particular thing that is here, right? The image is going to be at the background, just what you want for your product, right? And everything you are doing has to be based on your customer research. what you think is going to be the best way for your user to actually navigate the product, right? So right now, we want to put all of our navigation bar there. We want to put all of this in there just to ensure that things are properly done. You get. So we've done this thing. So these are the three things that I did. So we want to control G this to group it and centralize it. So if you are not really getting this whole thing here, it's normal. This is just to give you a scope on how this industry look like. How do we do things here, right? Because if you don't understand it now, it's normal. Very, very normal. I'm not expecting you to get everything in the class, but you are supposed to have understanding of, okay, this is how this All right, sorry guys. So this is done. Have done the so that when the picture is sliding, and we see all of those things that is moving and all of those things. So after the heroes page, the next thing we want to do is we want to talk to them about our services. So some people, some logistic company, they could be doing warehousing, some could be doing local delivery, some people could be doing maybe land, ocean or sea delivery, or by air delivery. Do you understand? Different aspects like that, different perspectives. You guys understand what I'm saying? Or what, according to the brief that we've read, what kind of services do you think this particular company might be offering for now? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
All right. So
Yes, we can.
I said that, okay, are we confused? Are we confused? Actually, this particular project is supposed to take you about 3 days for you to actually understand and comprehend it. But because of the scope of this particular class and what GGG wants to achieve, we cannot have 3 days class, right? So we just have to have everything done in 1 day and just for you to see how things are done. So this class is to help you to see that, okay, I love the idea of this thing and I really want to know more. I really want to learn it better, right? So the purpose of the class is not for you to get everything. The purpose is for you to create clarity to you that, okay, this is how this thing is done. And I think I want to do this particular training. Then you can now go and learn it in a particular design school that can give you the best understanding or best knowledge of this, right? So now let's assume that our company is actually doing warehousing, they're doing local delivery, they're doing delivery by air, delivery by sea, right? Let's say that that's what they're doing, right? So what we want to do is we want to write our services, right? We want to write our services. We want to write our services. Yeah, so when it comes to our services, depending on the mood and style you want to do, normally this is supposed to be between 30 or 25 and 50, depending on what you want to achieve. So I'm going with 40, right? And I want to ensure that my line box is properly positioned, is close to the text, right? And it's not having those things so that alignments can be correct. So I make sure that this thing is well positioned. Next thing I want to do is so I love the style that is here, right? These guys have cargo, they have door delivery, they have word delivery, they have warehousing, they have, all of those things are there. So let's assume that our company too, that is what they offer. Remember that you don't assume in the real design, but because this is like a template design, we're not having real users, right? We are just coming up with things that we feel that let's assume this is the problem that we are solving, and this is what clients are actually having. So you can see that this text here, this design here, is not having the same, this space here is 290, while the space here is 318, right? How do we solve that problem? You control G this particular thing here, then you centralize it using this alignment button here, right? The next thing you want to do is also push this down here. So let's see what these guys did here, if that's what we want to do. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. So everything we are doing right now is what we call wireframe. Why is it called wireframe? Let me remove the bridge so that you can see. This is what we've been doing so far. Why is it called wireframe? It is called wireframe because it's not the actual design, right? It's just like it's not a sketch as well. It's like a layout of what we want to do, how each of these elements is going to be placed, right? So we have not started adding color to it. That is why you can see that everything is in dark gray and light gray color, depending on what you want to achieve, right? So after writing our services, under our services, it's not just because we used to write our services, we want to write some things about our services. So I'm going to be using a demo text called Lorem Ipsum. So Lorem Ipsum is a demo text. Some designers don't like it. I like it because when you go to the market to go and get your food, you always see that a baby or a doll, because I know that there's some people who are not from Nigeria, because like, what is baby? So you see that a doll is actually wearing the clothes, giving it form, right? The doll is not a human being, right? But the doll is just to show you that okay, this is how this clothes is going to look on you, right? Just to create a form for you. So not necessarily like, okay, this is the baby, right? So anyways, so this is the design here. You can see that the text is overly too big, right? So we want to change it maybe to 25 or 24. I like to work with even numbers, and I want to change it from bold to regular. There are reasons for all of these things, but guys, you cannot explain everything in this class, right? You need to learn more, right? Or pay more attention to design to achieve all of these things. So I want to be sure that it remains 7 minutes for this class to be done. So I'm going to be stopping here because we need to respect the time that was given to us. So let's say that this is the landing page here. We are going to have maybe get started here. From everything I've been saying since morning, is there something you're going to understand so that I can just help you with something that we can address in this particular class? Would address it. And if it's something that we cannot address in this class, I'm going to maybe the GDD organizer are going to maybe answer that for you, just in case. So let's hear from you guys. Is there any question? Are you confused about something here so far? Is there something you want me to like give you more information about? Hello. If you understand it up to this stage, then talk then. If there is no one to say their question. Hold on, ma. Please, I need your number. Okay. Oh, is it direct message?
Well, I understand it to this extent. Nice one, ma.
All right.
Yes,
So this is where we are going to stop. So let's quickly give it color, right? So that we can have something we can show the world that we've done today. So we love, okay, before you even do that, there's a lot to design, right? There's really a lot to design, but let's just assume we are just doing it, right? So I want to pick up the colors that are in this particular design. Yeah, so that will give me like how the color moves that are in the design, right? So we want to fetch out all of the color. So when I'm designing, after picking all my all my mood boards, I'm going to like come up with somebody speaking. Is that the organizer? I'll be sure. My time is up, I understand. I try to cover up a lot in this few seconds, actually. All right, so we want to quickly give it color, right? So that we can show the world that, hey, this is what I learned today. Oh my see, right? So I gave it this color here. So if I'm designing normally, I'm going to pick all of the colors in this design, pick all of the color in all of the design, and I will see common colors. If you look at logistic firm, you see that they usually use a very sharp color. They usually use a very sharp color, which is like orange. You can see this orange is very sharp. Same with this red here, the red that is here, very, very sharp, right? So but we are using the what's it called? We are using the red version today. I know that some of you don't like red, but red is that. Can you please not talk, please?
We are recording.
Hello? Okay. Somebody's saying they're recording. I'm sure I'm aware that they're recording. Like what's wrong if they're recording? Is there something you don't want to show the world? All right, so I've given it color, then I want to give it, some of the colors are here. You can see. You can follow me on Instagram, guys. What's my Instagram name? For some of you that say you want to know me more. I've forgotten my Instagram handle. Can you imagine? Let's just assume that I can remember it, because I actually cannot remember it right now. All right, maybe because I'm designing and I love to design. So here are some things that are here. Okay, Fiwa, yeah, that's my name there on social media. Fiwa. My name is Fiwa, right? Abiodun Fiwa. You can search me online there. You're gonna find it. So I'm giving that to his. This is supposed to be image, right? But we are coming to that. So we give this color as well. Then we put images into all of these things that are here. Anyway, so guys, that's about design. Design is interesting. It's something that I would advise anyone who really wants you to, get into, but ensure that you have a very good training and you're not in haste, right? If you learn it well, you're going to make a lot of, exploits there. So there is no need for you to rush it. It's just like every other trade. One thing that I realized from people is that they love to rush things. They're in haste to make it. Meanwhile, things doesn't work that way, right? You want to be patient. You want to learn the trade well. So we want to prototype what we've done to see. The organizers here say that I want to be sure that maybe you are ready to let us leave. So I'll be aware.
Okay.
So want to
yeah. Thank you so much, Fiwa. Thank you for the class and thank you for the training. So should we drop in our social media handles? You can follow her on any of our social media to know more things about designs and so many other things. Just follow her on her Instagram, Twitter, and I guess she will drop every of our social media links so that we can follow her. So the program continues tomorrow, and we'll be on the panel section too. And we have other amazing speakers too that will be available. So I just sent the link to the chat in case you've not registered. So you have to register before you can get the link for tomorrow's event. So just register. And in case you have more questions, just get them prepared. Tomorrow you'll get to ask Fiwa and every other amazing speaker. Thank you so very much. So I think is there any other thing from your end, Fiwa, or did anybody has anything to say?
I don't want to. Okay. Please, I want the student to make comments. Right now, I'm just adding picture to the design. So if there is any question, not really okay. If there's any question, ask it. If it's something I can answer right now, I'll answer it here. So if there is any question, any comments to the organizer of the event, you want to say, if there's something you've learned in the class today, I believe they want to hear it, want to hear from you. So let's hear from you guys.
Hello everyone, I have a question.
Okay, let's have it.
All right. When you were picking the colors, using the this color picker, I didn't know whether on the Figma app itself, can someone pick color from the app, or someone needs to be online using Colorzilla Chrome extension? I don't know. Just shed more light on that.
That's a brilliant question, actually. So when you want to design, when I want to pick colors here, right? All I need to do is I just draw a rectangle like this. You can see that this rectangle is color gray. But I actually want to pick this orange color that is here, right? So all I just need to do is click on this rectangle. Then I'll click on high on my keyboard. When I click on I on my keyboard, you can see that it has changed color it has changed the cursor. Let me go back and observe.
Yes.
Observation is very easy. You click on this, you press I on the keyboard, then you place it on the orange color to give it the color.
All right.
So that's how you do that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very much welcome. Am I supposed to leave right now? Can I still continue our organizer so that I'll be sure? I don't want to do something that is not. If you guys are done, I can actually leave. But I'm just showing you guys how we're adding images right now. So images also had, vibrant makes your design look so beautiful when you're making it. So I want to change this one to 60. The reason I'm changing the color is because anytime you're designing, you need to ask yourself, what is the most important thing here? What exactly do we want the user to see more? We want them to see this information. This text is more important. The image is important. But if the image is of the opacity of 20, you see that the image is competing attention with the text. So we don't want that, right? We want to change it to this particular color that is here, right? Anyways, you guys are going to learn more when you start working more on design. So that's it for today. This is how the design is going to look when your mobile your developer wants to develop it. There's too much space in here. So your prototype help you to see what you are doing, help you to adjust it, you understand? And it will help you to see how it's going to really look like, right? So you can make all of the adjustments you want to make. Right now, from my observation, I can say, those texts are just too big. So I push the image up, right? So I start working on the adjustment. I feel this is also too big and overwhelming. So I'm going to adjust it. Do you guys understand? So that is really how this whole thing works. So I need to stop here right now so that Yetunde and the other organizer will not come and carry us away from this space. So let us respect their time. All right. All right, guys. So it's really an interesting field, and I would really encourage people to go into it because apart from the problem we are solving, there are a lot of impact that UI UX design is actually doing in industry right now. And I don't think anyone is going to say they lost why they do it, right? Especially if you know it well. Is when you don't know a skill well, that's when you struggle to actually get opportunity. People that also know it doesn't mean that they don't have issues, right? But the truth is that when you have the right mentorship, the right network like GDG, you're going to be exposed to people that you can connect with, that you can actually scale, or just different things that GDG's that package is actually giving out that you can actually leverage on, and you're going to even become better in this industry. So that's about that. Let me quickly go to my Instagram handle. I can't remember. I think my name is Fiwa and then go find me. Anytime I go for events like this, I always forget to even tell them about my Instagram handle. I also talk about design. I'll be talking. So this is my Instagram handle: FIWASEWA Fiwa Shewa. So it's Fiwa Shewa, but it's double high on Instagram. And on Twitter, I think my name is Opade. You can actually search my Twitter handle from what GGG has actually posted. So on Twitter, my name is Okwade Abiodun too. Yeah. So that's it. Thank you so much, guys. It's really nice, engaging with you guys today. I hope you guys go and you remember today for good, right? So thank you so much, everyone.
So thank you very much. So see you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Bye.
All right.
Thank you very much, Fiwa. Thank you so much. Miss Fiwa, thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. All right. See you tomorrow.